Last week, we talked about our vision as a church family. Make friends, find family. We looked at how God designed the church to be a place where people can belong, grow, and find a spiritual family that walks with them through every season of life. Today, we're taking the next steps by looking at our mission, the calling that shapes everything we do. It's simple, but it's powerful. Love God, love people, serve both. These aren't just three statements to memorize. They're a rhythm for how we live and who we're becoming. And in your time together today, we're going to walk through each of these movements and see how they connect. When Jesus was asked what mattered most, he said the greatest thing we can do is love the Lord our God with all our heart, soul, and mind. And that kind of love isn't half-hearted or occasional. It's whole life devotion. It shapes our decisions, our priorities, our attitudes, and the way we see the world. So as you begin this conversation, think about what it means to love God with your entire life, not just with your beliefs, but with your habits, your time, and your relationships. Ask yourself, which part of my love for God is strong right now, and which part needs renewal? But Jesus didn't stop there. Right away, he connected loving God with loving people. He said, love your neighbor as yourself. And then he showed us what that looks like. He washed the disciples' feet. He touched the hurting. He welcomed the ones society avoided. He told stories like the Good Samaritan, where love means stepping towards someone rather than walking around them. As your group talks about loving people today, pay attention to the relationships around you. Who is the person in your life who's hardest to love right now? Who have you avoided? Who might God be inviting you to see differently? Loving people the way Jesus does means noticing the overlooked, listening before speaking, and choosing compassion even when it's not convenient. And that leads straight into the third part of our mission, serving both God and people. Jesus made it clear that when we serve others, we're really serving Him. Serving isn't about having special skills or a perfect personality. It's about availability. It's about asking, who has God placed in my path today? You're going to talk about what that kind of lifestyle looks like. Simple acts of kindness, meeting practical needs, offering encouragement, stepping into someone's life with mercy instead of judgment. And as you do, think about how serving others actually draws you closer to God. Think about who God may be calling you to serve this week with no expectation of anything in return. So as you move through this session, watch for the way all three of these movements work together. Loving God leads to loving people. Loving people leads to serving them. And serving becomes one of the clearest ways we express our love for God. Throughout your discussion, ask yourself, where is love asking me to take a step? What needs to move from good intention to faithful action? And how can my life begin to reflect this mission more fully? And I want to encourage you to pay attention to something bigger happening here. Last week, we talked about our vision, where we're going. Today, we're looking at our mission, how we get there. And beginning next week, you'll step into our core values, the commitments and character traits that shape who we are as a church family. Our values are the guardrails that keep us united, grounded, and moving in the same direction. They help us live out our mission with consistency and integrity. So today isn't just a lesson. It's part of a bigger journey, discovering the kind of people we want to become together. People who love God wholeheartedly, people who love others sincerely, and people who serve in a way that reflects Jesus in our city. As you step into your discussion, I hope you're encouraged, challenged, and inspired. Because when we live out this mission, we don't just talk about Jesus. We show the world who He is. Have a great time together. Let's dive in.